Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we will be sculpting this character from the animated movie Inside Out in Nomad Sculpt. This is a complete beginner tutorial, which means if you are a beginner then definitely you can follow along in this tutorial. I will be showing you every tools and settings I use while I sculpt so you can be able to follow along. Alright, let's get started. So guys, basically the reference image which I'll be using to block out anger, I will leave a link in the description so you can go get it while and follow along while I'm sculpting the character. And what I'm going to be doing first is, after getting my image, I want to add it to the scene so I can be able to assess it and see how it's going. Well, the reference image will be of help while I'm sculpting the character. So I'm just gonna click on this image right here, gallery, that looks like a gallery kind of image. Then I'm gonna go to reference image right at the bottom right here and click on that. You see that our reference image is not here, so to add it up, I'm gonna add, and I'm going to go to recent, then click on our reference image right here because that is what we want. So I'm going to add this tool and click on done. And we have that right here. So in case you want to move this aside so it won't be blocking your sculpt, you can actually go down to the bottom and click on transform. Then you can move it aside to wherever it is, then you can tap out to go back to your sculpt. So that helps while you're sculpting to see how it's going. And what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to shape this head to look the way I want it to be. So first of all, I want to, this sphere is having a lot of subdivision, but I'm going to reduce that right here. I'm going to turn it down to about the lowest, and I want to scale this. I think I'm save right now. So yeah, I'm going to save it as anger. Okay. Well, there is another way you can save. If you haven't saved yet, just click right here, go to save and save. Yeah. Then the menu will pop up for you to type out in the the name you want to save it. Save as. Yeah. Click on that and you save it as whatever you want to save it as. So after reducing the subdivision, what I'm going to do, I'm going to still keep wire on right here at the bottom. Then I want to give it more of that that cylindrical shape that we are seeing right there. So I'm going to shape it to get more of that kind of shape. So I'm going to use my move brush right here, and my symmetry is turned on right here. So you see my symmetry is turned on, so whatever I sculpt on the left hand side, we automatically correspond with the right hand side. Whatever I sculpt in the right will be the same with the left. So likewise the other one. So that's how it works. When symmetry is turned on, you see that whatever I do at this side will be done at the opposite side. So it really helps. So, and Nomad Sculpt is a very great program that helps you, that gives you a lot of sculpting features in one program, and I really love that. you know so just gonna keep on refining this. Well, I think I'll reduce the intensity to about 35 so that I can have more control. And if the intensity is high, well, you won't be able to control your mesh so easily. You'll be going through pain, that kind of pain I'm talking about, the pain that you will not be able to go and create what you want. So I don't want you to go through such pain. So I'm going to push this part up, like this, push it to the front, so I can have that kind of look. Then I'm going to reduce my radius of my brush and push this part right down like this, because I want to have more of this kind of shape. Then I'm going to increase the intensity and push this part backwards like this, so it looks like this. It looks more like a potato, but we will be refining this. And now let's push this part out to give it more of that head kind of shape, looking like a frog, a frog's eyes. So let's push here back. Don't worry, we will be refining this. We're giving it a more uh, good look, but for now let's keep it as simple as possible, so that, well, we won't be stuck figuring out what we did wrong. So I'm just gonna keep on refining this. Well, I'm happy with the shape that I'm getting, so I think I'm gonna push this part down more, about right here. Push it more. Yeah. Okay, I like what it's looking. I like the way it's looking, so I'm gonna just take it one step further. Well, we have something like this. Not bad, not bad. We're going somewhere. So I'm gonna push this out. Looking from the front, it looks like this. So I'm gonna push this forward like this. And all right, for us to see this more, I think I will add the eyes. So I'm going to use my crease brush. I don't want to go in and just add the eyes, so, well, just add one more subdivision right here. So let me reduce my intensity to about 19, and I'll just mark out the area that I want to place the eyes. Just mark it out right there. Mark it out, mark it out. Just mark it out right there. So we have something like this. So I think I'm gonna use my move brush and just move this whole thing together like this, so we'll have more of this kind of shape. And I'm gonna move this part down a little bit, about like this, so we have more of this kind of shape. And likewise this part, I'm gonna move it upwards like this, so we have this kind of shape. All right, I think I like that. And let's add in, let's use our clay brush right here. So what the clay brush does is that it adds extra clay to your mesh. So it just add, and also there's another thing, look, it's adding clay, it's adding volume to our mesh. So it also removes, and how it does that is when you click on subtract, so not subdivide, subtract. So what it does is it subtracts, it just inverts what the brush basically does. So it does it the opposite, like, well, the brush basically was going outward, adding adding clay, but when you click on subtract, it basically removes the clay. It removes clay from the mesh. So that is what it does. So we will use that to refine this part. Need to remove some clay from this area, uh, to about, we won't take away much, just a little. Take away a little from it. Well, it's looking good. We'll remove more. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I have this right now. So what I want to do is I want to add the eyes. Well, why I want to do this right now is so I can see well where the character is going, and if I want to make any other adjustment, I can do that. Right now, that is very necessary. So I'll quickly add in a UV sphere. Why I didn't add a sphere is because well, a sphere is more like a subdivided cube because well, adding a sphere and then reducing the post subdivision is more like a subdivided cube. Yeah, let me show you how it works. They'll look at the way it is. Look, reduced to zero is a cube, then increasing it looks like a sphere. So that is just what it is. So I don't want that because the vertex, the way the polygons are aligned is different from a UV sphere. So the UV sphere has more of this kind of uh, the topologies are going in a particular axis, giving it more of this spherical, you know, topology, and that is what I want. So, well, I'm going to rotate this. So I want to rotate this uh, along this axis. So I'm going to my left view right here, and I'm going to click on snap so that when I'm rotating snap to 90 degrees, so I'm going to rotate this and it's rotated. So as you can see, it rotated. So I'm going to turn off snap to 90 degrees. So what I'm going to do is to scale this down. So let's scale it down and let's move it forward, forward, and let's move it. Click on that and move it to the side, and let's scale it up a little bit to about this point. Mm, yeah, let's move it backwards and let's scale it up. I think I'm gonna mirror this so I can see really how it's looking. So yeah, it really helps. Well, it's looking good. It's looking good, but I think the eyes need to come a little bit closer. So pull that closer to about that point. Turn off wire. Turn back wire. So pull it a little bit closer. Hmm. Uh, there looks fine. Okay, there looks fine. So now I'm going to validate that. Okay, so now the main sphere selected. I'm going to use my move brush. Now we will move this to fit in into the head. So just gonna move this out more like this. Well, I think I'm going to reduce the multi-res to the lowest so can be able to have more control over the mesh. So that's very important. I think I'm going to scale this part, scale it more like this, and this part back a little bit like this. So this eye area kind of need more work, so I'm gonna scale it like this. So you can see I'm focusing more on the head, and the reason for that is because, well, uh, that is kind of like the basic part where you see that your character is going well and you love what you're doing, and yeah. So I'm going to use my crease brush right now. I'm going to just mark out this bottom area right here to see where it's going. Now I'm going to use my clay brush and add your clay. It's still on subdivide, so I'm going to remove that and add extra clay right here. So with that done, I'll just keep on refining that. to give it more of that anger feel that we are going for. And I think the eyes need to go up because the eye looks as if it's down. I think the eyes need to go up. So I'm going to click on the eye and go to a gizmo and let's take it up. Yep, that is what we were looking for. So let's go back to our move brush and let's move this part like this to the front like this. Okay, let's move this part like this, and let's go to our left view and move here right about here. Looks good, looks good, looks good, looks good. All right. Yeah, so what I want to do quickly is to mask out the mouth, to mark out the mouth. So the way I do this is well, the same process. I use my crease brush and I mark out the line of the mouth. So since the mouth is more of this kind of curve, like paying attention to my reference, I can see a curve like this, and then at the bottom right here it has more of this kind of arch right here. It's kind of curvy shape, and I think I'm gonna exaggerate that more. Let me use my move brush and move more of these downwards like this. Just take it down a little bit. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use my crease brush and I'm gonna just mark out the mouth right here. He has a pretty big mouth if you are paying attention. So yeah, I'm going to mark that out. So I'm gonna click on my clay brush, set it to subtract. Now let's subtract this whole area. Let's subtract that part. Yep, yep. Just keep on subtracting, and I think I'm gonna increase the multi-res. Keep on subtracting to about more, subtracting and giving it more of that shape that I'm going for. Sorry about the noise. Yeah, just trying to get this kind of rounded shape in the mouth. So yeah, just creating that big O that he has in his mouth using my clay brush set to subtract, so it can remove all this excess vertex vertices. So I'm gonna use my smooth brush. I want to smooth this part right here. Now this is where smooth brush comes in handy. It just smooths and smooths, and it smooths out, you know, unwanted mesh. So it smooths them out and give it more of this refined look. So I'm going to set my subdivision to the eyes and just smooth them out. I think I'm going to still push this in, but for now I'll make use of my inflict brush, set to subtract, and just inflict small part like that. So it looks more like this. Then I will use my clay brush and remove all this part right here. So I'm gonna undo that. Use my crease brush. Well, basically, I won't be using each and every brush in this tutorial, but I will be explaining them so you can have basic understanding of them. But I will make use of each and every brush, so well, I will be explaining them too along the tutorial. So yeah, that's it. And well, the mat looks good. It looks believable. Yeah, and what I want to do right now is I want to give it more of the shape of what you see right there. So I want to give it more of that kind of shape. Well, yeah, let's get that done. So I will use my move brush and move things around. Let me make this wider. Let me make this more downwards and showing more of that yelling. So I'm gonna use my smooth brush and smooth this part and maybe pull it backwards. So my grab brush, reduce the radius, reduce the intensity to about 34, and pull it backwards a little bit like this. So it looks more like a nose. But a character don't have a nose, so I'll smooth this part like that. And let's refine the lip of the character. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking good. Now let's refine the lip. So let's use our flatten brush. Let's reduce the intensity to about 16 because the flatten brush is very sensitive and it flattens a whole lot of things. So you want to set it very low because you don't want to have your whole mesh flattened. So you want to set it low. So yeah, what I want to do right now is use the flatten brush to flatten out this part right here, and let's give it more of this kind of shape. Yeah, below the eyes, it's more flattened, and yeah, we've got that shape. Basically, even though the character is not, kind of realistic, but it still have more of this anatomy. So yeah, and that's what you want to pay attention to. So just smooth this part. Hmm, the lips, gonna smooth that part. I'm gonna reduce it more to about 8. Smooth that part. Yeah, that is totally what we want to have. Now let's let's crease in the lip. So we will have areas that are the lip. So I'm gonna use my clay brush. I'm just gonna go in, reduce the brush size, reduce the intensity to about 28. Oh, set to subtract again. I don't know, I mostly forget this thing. Okay, so we've gotten that. We've gotten the shape that we wanted. Also, I'm gonna use my smooth brush and reduce it to about 19. Reduce the radius and let's smooth out the edges. Well, I just want to focus on the edge because Yeah, the head is the basic shape. The basic well, I'm gonna say this. The head is like the main character. When the head don't look great, the body won't, because the head like directs you, and it directs you to create. It gives you that motivation, and gives you that eye to see the way your character is going. Because after creating the head, you creating the body becomes easy, because well, you can see that okay, the head looks great, the head looks more like the character. So well, I'm going to create the body to fit this head. So yeah, when the head is not good, the body, I don't think it will be good. But because the head is just the beginning of your character. So you want to create that. Well, I'm going to use my crease brush. I'm set it to subtract. I'm going to reduce that, and I want to creasing out this part right here. So yeah, something like this. Looks great. Looks great. Looks great. I'm going to use my clay brush and add clay right at this part. Use my smoothing brush, smoothing out this area. Then use my flattening brush and flatten out this part to give it more of that flattened shape we are going for. Yeah, do you see where it's going? I'm going to use my move brush, reduce the radius, and move this part right here backwards, and move here. My grab brush and move here downwards. Okay, front view. Yeah, that is exactly what I want. Yeah, that is exactly what I want. Yeah. So for the eyes, I will scale this eye. The eye is looking big at the corners. So what I want to do is I want to scale these eyes. So I want to go over to the gizmo and click on this little circle blue right here to scale it along that axis. Yeah, something more like that. Yeah, that is exactly what I want to have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then I'm gonna go back to my clay brush and click on this. Then let's use our smooth brush and smoothen this part right here. I'm gonna use my grab brush because this part looks awkward. So I'm gonna use my grab brush, pull everything aside. Well, a clay strip brush would be of help. So I'm just gonna mark out this area. Use my smooth brush and smooth that part out. Now we are getting the shape that we are going for. So what I would do right now is, if you go to your front view, you see how the eye looks around at the bottom, but the reference is kind of different. So let's pay attention to that. Now I'll be using my move brush. Move this whole part up like this. Yep. Move this whole part up. Move it up. Move it up. Move it up. Wow. Move this part up. Hmm. That looks fine to me. That looks fine to me. And I'm gonna use my clay brush and just um deselect that subtract, and just use my clay brush and add extra clay along this area to have more of that kind of shape. Then I'm gonna add in more clay right here. Okay. Then I'm gonna use my crease brush. I'm gonna use my crease brush So let's just mark out this area. Yep. I use my smooth brush. Smooth out this part. Smooth that out. Smooth that out. Okay. That quite looks great. For beginners, that looks great. Hmm. Use my flattened brush. Still want to get more of that shape that I got before, so I'm gonna use my flattened brush. Just flatten out this part right here. So yeah, the mouth looks pretty empty. Yep, it looks pretty empty. But don't worry, in the second part, we will refine this more and give it more of a better look. Alright guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the second part.